I'm here talking to progressive candidate Frantz Pierre. Frantz, can you tell us what office you're running for and why you decided to run?
Hi, and thank you for having me. I'm running for this for mayor of the city of Los Angeles, and the reason why I'm running is because Los Angeles needs new leadership and direction. And it is in that spirit that I release 30 plans. I release more plans than all of my opponents. And the basis of my plan, the core platform, are universal basic income and worker cooperatives. So these are the core platform I'm running. And I forgot to mention, I love the name of your show and I love your logo.
Oh,
I wanted to mention that before I forgot.
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
So I was really intrigued looking over your website. I was really intrigued by your campaign slogan, changing the ownership structure of the economy. I think that's fantastic. So can you tell us a little about what that means to you?
Sure. Basically, I came up with it because of worker co-op, which is my core platform. I believe if we implement worker cooperative or worker ownership, also called employee ownership, if we implement it in the city of Los Angeles, that will change the ownership structure of the economy. The way we have it currently, someone on the business, they just take the profits and they travel all over the world. They don't care about our community. They don't care if, we can feed our family or not. Whereas the way worker co-op is structured, it put it puts people before profit. That is what we want. And in addition to that, let me mention that worker co-ops has two main characteristics. One, the employees own the business, and two, the profits generated are shared among the employees. So that's how we create individual wealth, financial security. And if your household is financially secure, then that's a big plus. When it comes to health, physical health or mental health, in addition to that, we will be able to spend money in our community. We will help local businesses. That's how we create community wealth. And if we create community wealth, our city is wealthy and healthy. So it is definitely putting people before profits, and that's how we change the structure. So the employees, the people, they have the ownership structure of the economy. And that is how I came up with it, and that is what I want to bring in the city of Los Angeles.
So, worker cooperatives would be part of sort of a stimulus plan for the economy, and the other part of that you feel, from what I understand, is universal basic income. Can you explain a little bit about why you think that that's the answer?
Sure. And one thing I forgot to mention about worker co-ops in the city. As a mayor, we will not control anything. What we will do, we will give a priority city contract to businesses, worker co-ops businesses. And I also would like to mention that it is anything new. Benjamin Franklin, he had an insurance company that was worker co-ops. So it's been around for a while, and mainly it's more popular in Europe than the US, but we know it is the right thing. Now, in regards to universal basic income, basically, what it is, it's giving a fixed amount of money every month, to an individual or to a city, and to everyone, Angelenos, on a monthly basis for the rest of their lives. It is not anything new. We can trace it back to Thomas More back in like 1500, uh, including Thomas Paine, our founding father. He supported universal basic income. So it has been around for a while. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. supported basic income. In fact, Dr. King has a lot of beautiful quotes. One of them, in regards to universal basic income, he said, and I quote, "I am now convinced that the simplest approach will prove to be the most effective. The solution to poverty is to abolish it directly by a widely discussed measure, guaranteed income." So there are solutions out there to poverty. And also, I would like to include to end homelessness. With universal basic income and worker co-ops, we can accomplish that. It is a matter of implementing them. The solutions are out there. And that is what my campaign is about. Issues, solutions, and meeting the needs of the people. Anything else is just noise. That's the way I look at it.
How does that also feed into, from what I understand, California is trying to, well, progressives in California are trying to push through universal healthcare as well. What's your position on that?
Of course, as a Democrat, an independent Democrat, I definitely support that. And I'll be running a city as a mayor, but I I will be out there, pushing for it. I will use my bully pulpit, to promote single payer healthcare. So that's the way we have to go right now. I'm glad California is finally doing it. They could have made it easier for them. They could have just voted for Bernie Sanders. you know,
I agree.
yeah. Unfortunately, they they did something else.
Right, we
But
all.
so I definitely support it. I'm glad they are doing it. So hopefully, Bernie Sanders also support a universal basic income and worker co-ops. And I know Bernie Sanders, in fact, in 2014, I read one of his bill pushing for worker co-ops. As you know, Bernie Sanders, the way he works things, it's beautiful. So it support them as well. So I would like to see California move toward universal basic income as well.
Great. I also read that you're interested in providing protection for animals. Can you talk a little bit about that? It seems to be a particular passion of yours.
Yes. I'm an animal rights activist, and we are living in the 21st century. It is time, that we stop all this brutality, abusing the animals. We know better now, so we have to stop that. So in Los Angeles, we living like it's like the 1930s, 1940s. We are saying that we are helping the animals, but we are not. And as a mayor, my first day in office, I will fire the animal rights services director, Brenda Barnett. My first day in office. It's just a matter of time. He's gone already. She's gone already. So as a mayor, and to protect the animals, you know, I'm not gonna play on that issue. If that's gonna be my number one priority. So I came up with a plan. Dogs were having problem getting them adopted. So I believe if we provide search and rescue training to the dogs, that will increase the chances of getting adopted. I'm not aware of anywhere in the city or in the world that they're doing that, but if anything, Los Angeles will be the first one to do it, and we will lead on that. And then, earthquake, that happens very often in the city. So these animals, with these trainings, they will be able to help us as well. And I want the city to be a no-kill city. Right now, they're claiming that the city is no-kill city. It is not true. It is a lie. So I want it to be a true and authentic no-kill city. We can reach that. Spay and neuter. That's definitely we have to include that to help. In my goal. Now, using animals in circuses. I'm totally against that. So if a circus company is going to come to LA, we're not going to accept that. Even if they are using the animals in other cities, in other countries, they will still not welcome in Los Angeles. That is a big no-no for me. So the Yulin Festival, that's another big issue that's going on in China yearly, where they kill millions of dogs and cats. I'm not in the business of telling people what to eat and what not to eat, but boiling a dog, an animal, alive, I have a problem with that. Even if it's a lobster, boiling an animal alive.
It's a bit inhumane.
Yeah, yeah, So I really a full plan of how we have to cut up with the mentality of the 21st century. We have to stop abusing the animals. The earth belongs to us and to them as well. So as a mayor, that's gonna be a big thing for me. Yes, and like using animals to make perfume and other feminine stuff. That's a big no-no as well. So I include that in my plans. Things that I will fight against as mayor. So let me know if I talk too much.
No, not at all. Talk as much as you like. Changing gears, I want to talk about a different issue that I noticed in your platform as well, which is demilitarization of police and the establishment of civilian oversight committees. Those are things that I feel personally that we need to see more of in every city. So, can you talk a little bit about how you would plan to get those things accomplished in LA?
Yeah, that's another good question because as you know, that's another big issue in Los Angeles. We kill more people, LAPD kill more people in LA than anywhere in the country, and that was in second year in a row. So I refuse to believe that we have more criminals in LA than like some European countries that spend years without killing people. It is a system. It is a structural issue. It is we have it's systematic, the problem. So as a mayor, I will address that. One of my plan is to, and I believe I'm the only candidate with that plan, is to reinvestigate all fatal shootings. So if the LAPD, if they did everything right, justly, they don't have to worry about it, because I strongly believe the way they investigate these fatal shootings are not fair, are not just. So I will take a look. I will take a look into this as a mayor. So I'm the only candidate who pledge to do that. And LAPD, we need to retrain them. I'm not saying that by retraining, a racist will no longer be a racist. You know, as we know, they infiltrated the LAPD department. So that's another issue. But there are some, it's because of lack of training. So they will benefit from it. And the racists, we will go after them as well. We have to get them out of LAPD. So we will address that issue as mayor. My administration will. So yeah, so we definitely have to do something about the LAPD, the department. Chief Beck, he has to go. We don't need him. He's failing us. He's not on the side of the people. He's not on the side of justice. So he chose to be on the wrong side of history. So day one, he's gone.